Hi, my name's Dr. Adeela, and I am so honored that you're here and you've decided to check out this video today, which is a prosperity and abundance training for you no matter who you are and what your background is. For those of you that are completely new to myself or my work, I have been in the healing, self-help, as well as practitioner world for coming up to 15 years. I graduated as a chiropractor many years ago, and as I began working with people and working on undoing what they were holding in their bodies, what was holding them back from health, from stress relief, from living their life to their full potential, whether that was physically or mentally, I came to realize that using just one approach, just the physical approach, was very, very limiting. I spent then many years applying myself into becoming trained in multiple modalities that included energy work and healing, that included the mind-body element and connection, things like kinesiology, all the way through to counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, to bring myself to a place where I could truly call myself an expert when it comes to integrating and creating change at all three levels of mind, body, and energy. And so here we are today. I'm here to help you, no matter who you are and what your background is, into creating one of the areas in our lives that I think we all would benefit from, which is to have even more prosperity and abundance across all areas of our life. Now, prosperity and abundance, this is something that most people will say, yes, I would love more money, I would love more abundance, I would love more ease with creating my business, with having clients come in, or to getting a promotion, or to just not living in a feast or famine cycle. Or maybe there's no feast at all. Maybe you have been stuck in a poverty mindset or a poverty experience throughout your life so far. And the work that I do is here to help you break down the beliefs that you have that create these experiences, the physical limitations, both in your body but also in your environment, where you believe you do not have a choice and you do not have a way to create yourself in a new way. And finally, in an energetic way, where we actually become confined to our energetic realities. We start to function within a certain frequency, a certain vibration, which creates a belief system, which creates our worldview, which creates our experiences. It dictates how we respond and react to the things that happen to us. It dictates our mindset around what's possible for us and what things we should attempt to do or not even bother at all because we don't think it's going to work out for us. And it's about helping you realize that no matter what your past is, that you can create a future where you feel empowered, you feel supported, and you feel like prosperity and abundance can come to you quickly and easily. Now, I have had to go through this for myself before being able to work with clients from all over the world in order to create these results. And so there might be aspects of my story or many of the other clients that I've worked with, their stories that you resonate with, whether you come from a single parent background, whether you come from a migrant background, whether you feel like your race, gender, sexual orientation hold you back from being able to have the experiences that you would like to. I myself am an empath. I'm someone who has always been greatly affected by the suffering of other people. That means that when I perceive sadness or when I see people who are struggling, I have always wanted to help. And that's what led me to, first of all, training as a counselor and then becoming a chiropractor and then continuing to this day to do the work that I do. One of the things that meant is helping people was my priority and making money was not my priority. And that might sound very noble and wonderful, except when you try to do this work that helps people and changes people's lives, when you yourself are struggling financially, when you don't have enough money to make your ends meet, or when you're constantly stressed about money, it limits how much you can also help others. And that was the predicament I found myself in, is I loved the work that I do. I loved helping people. And yet I was constantly stressed about money because I never made it a priority. And for those of you who might come from a similar background to me, meaning you identify as empaths, intuitives, healers, practitioners, you do what you do because you want to help people or you want to make the world a better place. One of the things that I do a lot of work on with like-minded people around the world is something called the healer's wound, where we have taken our role and our talents and ability to be able to contribute to people's lives and their health and their well-being. But it's come at a cost of our own financial well-being. We have beliefs such as healing work should be free or it should be low cost, it should be accessible to everyone, that we shouldn't be charging money for the work that we do. All of these beliefs, they're very similar to what a lot of creatives have. For example, the starving artist complex. We have that inbuilt and ingrained into us often. And so there are multiple aspects that create very talented, highly wonderful individuals like you and I who could really make the world a better place if they were given all the resources or had access to all the resources that they required, including money, where they actually are disempowered in their lives and they're not able to reach their full potential because they have not worked on this prosperity and abundance wound, on this healer's wound, or their mindset, their beliefs, their background, including any trauma, abuse, or like-so situations that they've gone through, that creates these places in them where they do not believe that they are worthy, they do not believe that it is possible for them, and they do not think they will ever be able to change this. Like myself, like many others, you might also have a story, whether it's to do with the background you come from, or the fact that you're a woman or a man or a creative or an artist, whatever you may be, that you are that particular type of person and that person is not good with money, or that person is not good at business, or that person is not good at balancing a checkbook. We have all of these sneaky subconscious beliefs and messages that we've taken on throughout the timeline of our life that creates our reality. And so today, I invite you to participate in this healing session with me. It's on prosperity and abundance. It's opening up your receiving to prosperity and abundance. It's working through the timeline of your life to let go and clear some of these beliefs that I've just spoken about. And most importantly, as I said, I work at all three levels of mind, body, and energy simultaneously. This is one of the defining factors of my modality that I created, body whispering, after spending years doing many different modalities and trying to create the most effective change. What I have done is taken my own intuitive ability and skill to be able to work with people to intuitively know what their bodies are saying, what trauma their bodies are holding on to, how subconscious programming works, and put it together with a lot of the advanced training and healing work that I have done both for myself and also with clients from all over the world over the last 15 years. To create body whispering, which is a highly effective modality, we see amazing, miraculous results all the time. And I'd like to give you a taste of that today. So in order to receive this session, there's not a lot you need to do except probably keep an open mind. And I will be working with you, like I said, at all three levels of mind, body, and energy. I do ask that you give yourself the space to receive this session, to receive the changes that are coming through. And you might find, or you might feel things changing, like you might feel a change in your physical body, you might feel a lightening up of energy around you, you might have some aha moments as we go through this, or none of the above. You might feel unsure if anything is happening at all, and that's also perfectly fine, because we are all different in how we receive change and how we process and integrate healing. And this is about opening a door for you that will begin to let more prosperity and abundance into your life. So if you're ready, let's get started. I'm going to ask you to just get comfortable wherever you are. You can do this sitting, standing, or lying down. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them. Just going to ask for permission to tap into your body, into your energy, and work with the information that is presented to me. You can give me an energetic yes. This will work across time and space. Doesn't matter when you're watching this. And I'm going to ask you now to take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I'm just going to ask you to completely relax, or do your best to relax. And again, taking a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I'm just going to ask you to feel present in your body, present in your mind, but also completely relaxed and safe in this moment. You might go through life not feeling safe. You might walk through life feeling on edge, being in a fight or flight response, struggling. And one of the things that creates that struggle might be your financial pain or the fact that you're always worried about money. So for this moment, if you could allow yourself to be present and feel safe, even if that is not a familiar feeling for you, even if you're worried about what's going to happen if you let your barriers down, if you allow yourself to receive this, just for the next few moments, ask yourself what it would feel like to be present, to feel safe, and to allow yourself to receive this healing. And you might notice a change in your breath, you might notice a change in your physiology. All of that is fine. Just allow yourself to observe and to be present with what it is that's happening and what it may be that you require in this moment to feel safe. Notice a change in your breathing. Notice a change in your posture, in how and where you hold tension in your body. And you might want to facilitate relaxation by rolling your shoulders a few times, taking some more deep breaths in and out, and just affirming to yourself that in this moment, you are okay. So you can say that out loud, I'm okay. And that you are safe. I am safe. Thank you. All right. I'm going to ask you from this state and space of expansion, of relaxation, and of safety to allow yourself to think about money, to think about the concept of being prosperous, of being abundant, of allowing money and prosperity and wealth to come to you with ease. Observe what happens in your mind. Is there an immediate barrier? Is there an immediate longing? Is there desire yet disbelief? Is there a lack of congruence? Is it something that you can't even fathom is available to you? The ability for wealth, prosperity, and abundance to be a normal part of your life and experience. Observe the thoughts that come up. Observe the sensations in your body. Observe the changes in your physiology. And now, as these thoughts, feelings, and emotions have been brought up, I'm going to work with you. And I'm going to ask you to go back through the timeline of your life, starting from when you were in utero. So that means when you were in your mother's stomach. And allow yourself to become energetically aware or to tap into all of the things that have contributed to you having the current reality that you have with money, prosperity, and abundance. So throughout the timeline of your life means from being conceived, being in your mother's uterus, all the way to being born, being a baby, being a toddler, being a child, being an adolescent, being an adult, and being however old you may be today. There are so many experiences, there are so many thoughts, there are so many conditions, and there are so many environments that have created your reality. Now, as a baby and as a child, what were the things that created the beliefs that you currently hold that you have never acknowledged? What are the traumas that you are holding on to that may not even be yours? It may be that your mother or father or both struggled financially. Maybe your mother was a single parent. Maybe your parents belonged to a time or a period in history where there was great unrest, where they were migrants, where they were refugees, where they had to struggle financially to be able to provide for you, for their family, for themselves. What are the things that you took on as a baby, as a child, as someone who is very, very young, and you may not have cognitive awareness of the traumas and the beliefs that you took on from that time? I'm going to ask your body to show us what it might be holding on to. Going to ask your mind to bring forward any memories or any connections that you might be starting to make at this moment with your mother's reality, your father's reality, the past history of your family, or the environment that you grew up in that contributed to your current belief system around wealth, prosperity, and abundance. And as this starts to come up for you, even if you don't have words for it, but it's a sensation, it's a feeling, it might even be a visceral response in your body, I'm going to ask you to breathe through this as I clear this for you. In whatever area in your body you might be experiencing this sensation or having this realization, just allow yourself to stay open to it and to open up that part of your body that may be constrained, restricted, or contracted. And allow this to start to be cleared from your mind, body, and energy. Allow yourself to dissipate and release the remnants or the very core of this belief, of this memory, of this conditioning that you hold. As we progress through the timeline of your life, as you are a child in school, as you are an adolescent, a teenager, what are the things that are happening to you? What are the things in your environment? What are the beliefs that you are starting to either create or that you've taken on from the people around you that are creating the current blocks that you have around prosperity, wealth, and abundance? What socioeconomic status did you identify with throughout your formative years? What kind of school environment were you in? How did you compare to the other children? Were you made to feel like you belonged, that you were good enough, that you were worthy of receiving and having abundance? Did you receive nice gifts for birthdays, Christmases, and special occasions? Were you given pocket money, or was there never enough? Did you have a sense of feeling like you belonged to the in crowd or to the people that had a good life? Or were you an outsider? Was that never available to you? Was it never open for you to join the cool kids club? Our feelings of self-worth and our beliefs around self-worth contribute hugely to our ability to generate and receive money as an adult. What are the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and memories that are coming up for you? What did you decide at that time about how much money you could have? How successful you could or couldn't be? Were you told that you were not smart enough and you were never going to amount to anything by a teacher, a mentor, or a parent? At this time in your life, was there struggle in your family home? Did your parents go through a separation or a divorce? Did you suffer any stigma or abuse? Did you experience anything that has blocked your ability to feel and to be prosperous and abundant in any area of your life, including with love, money, worthiness, and receiving the things that you desire? Were you made to feel selfish for having desires? Were you told that you were an ungrateful child and that you should be happy with what you have instead of wanting more? Were you made to experience shame for the things that you desired, or the things that you asked for, or the things you did or did not have? Did you have a lot, and did you feel bad about the children that did not have compared to you? Allow yourself to become aware of the stories you hold in your body, the beliefs that have been holding you back in your subconscious mind, and the energetic places where you have been contracted and closed down in your receiving. And just take some nice deep breaths as I work on these blocks for you. I'm going to ask you to dissipate and release all of the remnants, as well as the core memory that creates this belief. So we're not letting go of the memory, but we're letting go of the origin of this belief. Use your breath as a facilitator. Use your body as an indicator as to how you are feeling as you process through this. Nice. And as we progress from being a child, an adolescent, a teenager, into becoming an adult, having the current reality that you have, having the experiences that you have gone through, the things that create your current beliefs and your current reality with prosperity, abundance, and receiving. How do you function in your life? What are the thoughts and the beliefs that you have about yourself? Are you good enough? Are you worthy? Do you work hard enough to be deserving of the things that you desire? Are you selfish for desiring the things you desire? Or do you give everything away and never put yourself first? Are you aware of your needs? Or are you completely disconnected from who you are and what your soul desires? Are you locked into a pattern of identifying with the roles and the identity that has been given to you as a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a friend, a colleague, an employee, a business owner, someone who's always having to put everyone else and everything else in front of your own needs? When was the last time you allowed yourself to ask, what is it that you truly desire? What is it that you would like? What would being and feeling truly prosperous and abundant be like for you? What are the things that make you feel abundant and prosperous versus lacking? Is it material things that you lack? Is it energetic contribution? Is it confidence? Is it love? Is it feelings of worthiness? Is it a feeling of belonging? Is it feelings of appreciation? Is it being able to go into a store and buy whatever you want? Is it longing to have certain experiences, no matter how small or big they may be? Whether you'd like to go and have a fancy meal or you'd like to travel to the other side of the world. What are the things that you desire, and how much do you open yourself up to acknowledging that and trying to create that for yourself? Or have you completely cut off from your desires because you do not even believe it is possible for you? For those of you who are healers, who are practitioners, who are facilitators, who work with people, who are empaths and who are intuitives, tell me, do you struggle with this healer's wound? Do you struggle with guilt? Do you struggle with needing to always put everyone else first? Do you struggle with being able to run a successful business? Do you struggle with charging money or being able to ask for money, or feeling like you should be given money for the work that you do? Just allow these questions to sink in. Even though I'm speaking with you verbally, there is an energetic as well as a physiological reaction that you may have. And these are clues around what you believe, where you function from, and what your current level of prosperity and abundance and receiving is in these areas of your life. So just observe. Did this create contraction? Did those questions or comments create a contraction in your body? Did it create a recognition of how disconnected you've become with yourself? Did it make you realize that you can't even remember who you are if you're not functioning from these roles of always having to put everyone else first? Had you not realized how much you believe that you have to give, and there's no space for you to actually receive? Just take a few deep breaths in and out. You might want to close your eyes. Remember to feel safe. Remember to feel present in your body. And you might want to use a little bit of movement. So you can roll your shoulders, you can roll your neck. Take some deep breaths. Just allow yourself to receive the information that's going to help you reconcile the incongruence between where you currently are and where you would like to be. Allow whatever energy needs to come up. Allow those subconscious thoughts to start becoming conscious, meaning going from being unaware that you have this belief to becoming aware that you have this belief or this conditioning. Become aware of anywhere in your body that you hold this reality. And as I work on this for you, just allow yourself to keep breathing. Allow yourself to keep receiving, and allow yourself to feel or process whatever it is that you are going through without making it wrong, without making it too significant, without creating a story about what it means and why it's going to continue to hold you back. Now, finally, if you are a business owner, if you have a business, if you are someone who is trying to create an impact in the world, if you're trying to just get by and make enough money, if you're someone that works for yourself or you offer a service, even if you work for somebody else, but you have a belief around the limitations as to how much money you can make, how much money you can charge, how prosperous and abundant you can be. Just allow yourself to tap into this for a moment. Just allow yourself to become aware of where in your business it feels really hard for you to make money. All of the beliefs around whether or not you can charge money or not, how much money you can charge, how much money it's fair to charge, how much money you are worthy of charging, or how experienced you are, or what it is that you offer, and all of the things that have created the belief system, as well as the very practical experiences that dictate how much money comes into your business. So, for example, you might believe that there is nothing special or nothing about you that warrants you being able to charge more than the industry standard. Or you're always looking outside of yourself to compare yourself to others and to justify your pricing, or to determine whether or not you're allowed to do something in your business, whether you're allowed to offer something in your business, how much you're allowed to charge, how many clients you should have. All of the things that you might believe, whether they come from your past experiences, whether they come from something that we call your industry standards. So when we belong to groups, it has a collective energy or a collective consciousness as well. And it doesn't matter if you belong to a group of accountants or a group of healers or whatever it is. You will have a certain place where you feel like you need to kind of fit into the status quo, or you may feel like you need to fit into the status quo, or you may not even realize where you had been functioning from needing to kind of fit into this group. And there would be a certain limitation. So when we belong to a group, we also buy into their limitations. So if no one in your industry charges a premium price, you're not going to feel able to charge a premium price. If you haven't seen anyone in your industry break away and do something new, or do something that you feel really called to do, but you feel like you do not have permission to do that, then you're going to feel stuck, and you're going to feel incongruent with how you're currently showing up in your business, but also unable to take the leap to showing up how you would like to. All of this limits money, prosperity, and abundance coming to you, because the universe knows when we are not congruent with what we are doing, or the universe knows when we are trying to fake it. Okay, so one of the things we want to do is create congruence with being prosperous, with being abundant, with being able to receive large amounts of money, without that taking anything away from being able to be good people, being able to contribute to the world, having a clear conscience, being able to work in integrity, and being able to work to make a really positive impact in the world. Now, these two beliefs, though, are often, through conditioning and through society, they are mutually exclusive. We have all of these stories, and whilst you may be aware of them and you may have worked through them to a degree, especially cognitively, you might understand, yeah, no, I do believe I can make a lot of money and help people at the same time. If you haven't integrated that belief and you don't have congruence with that energetically and physiologically as well, you're going to be experiencing stagnation or blocks in your prosperity, wealth, and abundance. Okay, so to close this session, I'm going to do a quick check or a scan, and then we're going to clear anything that might be coming up for you that's creating this incongruence where you actually don't believe you have permission, or that it's possible for you to make large amounts of money or to be prosperous and abundant doing the work that you do through your business or serving the world or whatever it is that you identify with. So allow yourself to think about your business, allow yourself to think about showing up in the world in the way that you would truly like to, in your most empowered state, in your most powerful state, in your most impactful state, doing the work that you can do that's going to change lives, contribute to people, help them make money as well as help you make money, because whatever it is that you do, it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter if you do healing and facilitation work. It doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent. It doesn't matter if you're an accountant. When we do something that contributes to others, when we make people's lives easier, when we are able to help people, what it does is it allows them to live their best life. So think about whatever it is that you offer and think about where you might have been looking at it as you're doing something for them and you're wanting them to pay money, as opposed to you're helping them. And in return, they are paying for your services to make their life so much better, to help them with healing, to help them find their dream home, or to sell a home that is no longer serving them or no longer a happy place for them. If you're helping someone who's terrible with numbers to be able to do their tax return, how are you contributing to people's lives? And just allow yourself to become aware of the incongruence that you may have around being able to believe that you can be truly successful, truly empowered, and truly impactful, and make large amounts of money and not feel like you're doing something wrong or that you're not worthy of this. And those last 2 points are probably the clinchers or probably the things that create incongruence. So again, anywhere in your mind, body, or energy where you're holding on to this, anywhere where you have actually been taught or told this. So this might not be your belief. It might be the belief of a mentor, a parent, a teacher, a professor who had strong beliefs or said something to you along your journey that made you believe that there was a limitation to how successful you could be or how much money you could make, while still being a good person or still helping people or acting in integrity or in an aligned way. And just allow this block to come up. And it could be at mind, it could be at body, it could be at energetic level. And just allow yourself to receive this clearing, to allow yourself to dissipate and release, to let go. Anything that is standing in the way of you having congruence with being prosperous, with being abundant, with being successful in your business. And this then has many tentacles. It connects to your visibility in your business. It connects to you being empowered in how you show up, being able to speak easily and freely about your business, being able to grow your business, being able to go out on your own, as opposed to feeling like you always have to work for someone else or with someone else. So all of the places where you have felt disempowered, where you have disconnected from your true potential, or you're trying to show up in only the right way, the correct way, and the accepted way that will have you belonging to your group, to your industry, to the college you came from, to the professional association you belong to. Just allow yourself to let that go. Just keep breathing. Allow yourself to become aware of all of the things that you've been holding on to, all of the responsibility that you feel, all of the beliefs that have been weighing you down, that may or may not have even belonged to you. You might have adopted them or taken them on from other people. And just give yourself permission now to let go of anything that is no longer relevant to you, anything that is a past reality, rather than who you are or who you wish to be in the future. And really just be present in this moment and feel this starting to shift and change. Feel yourself starting to come into your present and your future reality rather than functioning from the past. And feel your cells, your molecules, your energy all starting to shift and align with this new version, this prosperous version, this abundant version, this empowered and worthy version of you. Receive all of this energetic transmission, receive this healing in your subconscious mind, receive this change in your physical body. Now, you can stay in this state or space for as long as you would like to. If you want to pause the video here and just keep receiving, you can do that. Whenever you feel ready, I'm going to ask you to close the session with me by just tapping into mind, body, and energy. You might want to place your hands over your heart or place your hands somewhere on your body that makes you feel grounded, makes you feel safe. And just say out loud or repeat to yourself that in this moment, you are safe, that you are worthy, you are abundant, you have everything you need to be successful just as you are. And it's now time for you to step into your prosperous, abundant, and successful future. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can open your eyes. You can come back to being present here. You can join me again. Now, I hope you found this helpful or beneficial. This is going to continue to work on you. So what's going to happen is over the next few hours, days, weeks, even months, you may notice things that are different. It might feel easier for you to speak up about who you are and what you do in your business. You might suddenly feel bold enough or strong enough to do something you've always wanted to do, but you've always held back for fear of rejection or fear of not being good enough or fear of failure. You might just notice you start to receive more clients, more money, more abundance coming into your business. You might realize you feel more confident in yourself and in your body when you walk in the world, being you. You might start to recognize just how much you had been functioning from incongruence. All of the places where you do hold back, all of the places where you've been trying to act like someone else or act like you thought you were meant to, that's holding you back from authentic presence, which facilitates more abundance and prosperity. You may just notice that you feel more open, you feel more aligned, you feel more healed. All of these are appropriate. None of them are right or wrong. And there's no particular way in which you need to receive or to integrate these results. Whatever you experience is the right thing for you. I'd like to thank you for taking out your time and energy for joining me. And I also want to take just a few moments to offer you something very special, which is access to my club, the Life Whispering Club, which is my most intimate space that allows you to come in and do work like this, as well as have conversations, have connection, have support, and have healing on an ongoing basis. Now, the Life Whispering Club is something that I created initially for my practitioners, the people that I have trained and often spent many, many hours, and they've invested a lot of time, money, and energy to learn my modality, to go on and become practitioners or even advanced practitioners in the work that we do. And so it was created as a space to create safety, a no judgment space where they can ask questions, continue to work on their own healing and self-development, and also grow their business, work through their business blocks, work through their money blocks, work through their visibility blocks. And it's become such a valuable space that I've actually decided to open it up to the public. No matter who you are, this is a space that you can now join, as long as you are honoring of the intention that the club was created with. So it is a completely confidential space. It is a space of no judgment. And it is a space where you can come, no matter how successful you are, no matter how much of a reputation you feel you have, no matter how much you feel like there's nowhere else you can go to for support, because you always have to be the person that's putting on a brave face or supporting other people. This is an intimate space for you to receive that support and to receive the healing that you are often contributing to the world. So this is a place where, if you have felt lonely until now, I hope you find companionship. If you have been stuck because you've done so much work and you still can't break through certain barriers or beliefs or blocks, this is the place where we do advanced healing work. If you are struggling with how to change or create more success in your business and you've tried everything else, I hope this is the place you get some really aligned information, as well as energetically congruent exercises to help you break through those blocks. The Life Whispering Club is something I'm very, very proud of, and it's my honor to invite you to join us at a special price right now. So if you would like that information, it's all below. It's going to also be emailed to you, and you will be able to take advantage of not only joining at this discounted price, but as long as you stay a member of the club, you will be able to renew at this price, no matter how much the price may go up or change in the future. This is my way of giving back. This is my way of contributing to the people in the world who are looking to be empowered, looking to make a change, looking to be the best version of themselves. And it's proof that everything does not have to be high ticket to be high value. This is incredibly high value. It is, in fact, the only place you can get time to ask me questions, time to have your life or your relationships, your business looked at, like I said, in a completely judgment-free space. And that will allow you to break through some of the barriers or blocks you may be experiencing that you haven't been able to break through on your own, or even with other coaches or healers. And to feel like you belong to a community where you have ongoing support without needing to pay thousands of dollars every time you need that support. The club has 2 live interactive calls each month, where I'm on those calls and we are open to your questions, we are open to what you require and desire, and I offer energetic healings as well as practical coaching and mentorship, like similar to what you've experienced today. And there's also a library full of very powerful trainings and healings that you will get immediate access to. And as long as you are a member of the club, you will have access to all of the replays. So there are hours and hours and hours of healing work, mentorship, business development, and personal development that you will find inside the club. As long as you are ready and willing to step up in your life and to let go of whatever patterns of disempowerment have been holding you back, it is my job to show up and support you into reaching that goal. So I would love to see you inside the club. If you have questions, just reach out. And in the meantime, you can find all the details below. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.